Here at Gamersmark.net, we love World of Warcraft, but an RPG isn't great unless it has great spells to go along with it. It's the main thing you're looking forward to on patch day. It doesn't matter if your class is getting good spells, lame spells, revamped spells. It's the main reason you read those extremely long patch notes. So out of the hundreds of spells in this game, you ask, how did you narrow it down to a top 5? I don't know, we just did. The rules are 1 spell per class, only player spells, and if you don't like what we picked, just go ahead and make your own list. Hey, it's Gamersmark.net's top 5 World of Warcraft spells. Number 5. You ever do those holiday quests and they make you go all over the place? God, I hate those. They have you going to every major city and then back again, so you're trying to set your Hearthstone right so you're not stuck taking a boat everywhere, and you realize how grand life would be if you could just port everywhere. Well, that's why we think mages are so cool. Having the ability to go wherever you want, whenever you want, seems like a pretty rad feature, and that's why Portals is on this list. Could you imagine if you could just port around anywhere, wherever you wanted to? I'm probably the first person to think of that. Ugh. Oh yeah. Number 4. Some people like long boss fights. Some people don't. But I think we can all agree that if you're dead for the whole thing, well, that just blows. We've all been eager to start that DPS rotation, so the second the tank runs in, you start nuking and then bam! Next thing you know, you're taking a dirt nap. So, if you're lucky enough, you got a nice friendly druid in your group to throw you one of those sweet battle reses. Unless you got a soul stone, it's the only way you're getting back into the action, and that's why Rebirth takes a seat at number 4. Wakey. Number 3. Some cooldowns suck, and some are totally awesome. Heroism is one of the totally awesome ones. It's one of those spells that when you hear it come up, it's like you go to the edge of your seat and you try to get the most out of it that you can. It's like playing is totally dull until you hear that epic heroism sound, and then bam, you know it's time to get down to business. Number 2. Most of the abilities in this game are pretty useful, and these are right along with them, but that doesn't mean they don't have their comedic moments every once in a while. If you're a tank and a DPS is pissing you off, sure, you can hope they pull aggro so they can get a little faceplant time, but if you're a hunter and a rogue, you get that wonderful ability to punish the innocent. Sure, misdirect and tricks of the trades have their useful effects to help the tank get that edge on the aggro, but there's nothing more fun than punishing the unexpected by surprising them with mobs. What's that? You want free gold? Sure, man, just join my group. Owned. Alright, let's hit a recap and check out what we just saw. At number 5, we got Portals. Number 4 is Battle Res. Number 3, Heroism. And number 2, Tricks of the Trade and Misdirect. Now, our number 1 may surprise a lot of people. There's nothing incredibly flashy about it. Doesn't have a cool animation or anything, but I'd go on record saying it's probably one of the most hated and loved spells in the game, and that's why we love it so much. Many arguments and discussions have happened over whether this spell should or should not be still in the game. No matter how many nerfs and changes Blizzard blows out, this ability has remained semi-untouched since the first version of WoW. So, let's get to it, shall we? Number 1. How many people guessed that the top ability would be a paladin spell? Probably a lot. But there's no doubt that Divine Shield is probably the most notorious spell in the game. Having the option to bubble hearth your way out of a wipe is one of the funniest things you could watch a paladin do back in the day. Of course, there's no anger like when you're in a battleground and you've just about got that paladin down and then, ugh, the bastard bubbles. And then the only thing you can do is stand there and watch him heal himself back up to full life. That is, unless you're one of the mini classes now that can dispel the damn thing. Ugh. Cheaters.